Wake. I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open now. Everyone's left except my mother, who sits nearby, reading. Something crosses my mind, and I can't help but voice the thought. Why are you so nice to Vanessa? My mother looks up from her book. I thought you were asleep. I hate Dad for what he did to us. She places her bookmark between the pages and settles in for an unexpected conversation. Still only half awake, I say, I don't think I can ever forgive him. I used to feel that way, she says. I was so full of venom, and I felt justified in loathing him, vindicated even. She hums tunelessly, a secretive smile spreading across her face. But before that, I loved your father. Now I wish I could be rid of all that hate, so I could feel that love again. Don't tell me you want him back. Shaking her head, she says, No, he's a right bastard, isn't he? She laughs. But as much pain as he's caused me, I do owe him a great deal of gratitude. We weren't a good team, but we did manage 3 beautiful children together. Those last words fade in my mind as I drift off into sleep. I'm up in the middle of the night, in pain and lost in my thoughts. My body aches as I toss and turn, trying to find a comfortable position with my hand cuffed to the bed. I roll over, beating down my pillow, and make out a silhouette in the doorway. Amaya, I exclaim. The voice is not my wife's. Are you alone? I answer almost as a question. Yes. As the woman comes into focus, I begin to recognize her. Gail? What are you doing here? When you didn't show up, I got worried. Are you okay? My doctor seems optimistic. Gail looks down at me with a pained expression. She grips the foot of the bed, careful not to touch me. This isn't exactly how I'd imagined this moment. I clear my throat and smooth my greasy hair. Are you kidding? I ask. This is great. She laughs, moving bedside and helping push down my unruly locks. Still the same old mud. Her hand moves from my scalp to my face. She brushes against my jaw. Gently pushing her, I say, Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm glad I didn't make it last night. How am I supposed to take that? As a wake-up call? I shrug. Look, I love my wife. You caught me at a moment of weakness, and I was so close to doing something I would regret for the rest of my life that I'm left a bit shaken. Taking a step back, she says, You're being melodramatic. I was with my future husband when we were together. I don't see the difference. I exhale deeply. Wow. It's not that big of a deal. It's something we both need. And no one would ever know. Scoffing, I say, I would. That's enough. Things aren't so great in either of our marriages. Her shoulders slump. Have you ever thought maybe we were meant to be together, but it just didn't happen for whatever reason? Nodding in the darkness, I say, I used to. Reaching for me once again, Gail says, Then let's fix what we broke so long ago. I recoil from her. You should leave. She stares at me coldly and then goes to exit the room. As she steps toward the door, my wife blocks the way, glowering at me. Gail freezes and then affects a cordial tone. Oh, you must be Amaya. I've heard so much about you. I'm his old school friend. Amaya's smile is the kind I've learned to run from. I know who you are, she says. It's nice to finally meet you. Gail extends her hand in greeting. Ignoring the false attempt at friendship, Amaya crosses her arms. We met at your last reunion. I remember because your husband kept showing me family pictures. Oh, well, I was just leaving. After a contemptuous snort, my wife says, better to leave a hospital than stay in one. Gail clears her throat and squeezes past Amaya to retreat down the hall. I stretch toward my wife, groping in the darkness. I'm done, I say. With what? She asks, fury in her voice. With not being a part of this family and treating you like you don't matter. I see you. I see us. Maybe for the first time. Yeah? Well, I'm done too. She turns and storms away.